Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Totally Magic. Don't forget, do check out some of the other videos that we've done over the past 15 years. We've got loads of good stuff for amateur and hobbyist magicians. Also like, share and subscribe, tick the little bell and the usual stuff. Now this one is a quick and simple trick that I think you're going to like. You use just a regular deck of cards and you ask somebody to give you a value, a 5, a 9, a queen, a jack. You tell me a value. Now they can have any value they like. Let's say, for example, the 7. What you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to remove the 7s. Now, as we go through, there's 2. There's 3, and we've got one more, there's 4. Okay, so 4 7s. Now, do you want to change your mind? You're happy with the 4 7s that you've chosen here? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 7s. You see, what I'm going to do is to play a little catch-up game with you. You see, have you ever noticed that when magicians do this next performance, they always get you to name something first and then they follow? I want to switch that role and I'm going to go first. You see, I'm going to look at these 4 7s, just shuffle them up a little bit so there's no influence, and I'm going to place one of them on the table. Now, that leaves me with 1, 2, 3 cards. Now, I want you to name any one of those 7s. Which 7 do you think I've put down there? The 7 of spades. Well, this is incredible. You see, that is what I put down there. You see, if we go through the 3 remaining cards, let's see if we can do that again. Once again, I'm going to go first and I'm going to put down 1 card. Now that leaves me with 2 remaining 7s. Now what 7 do you believe that I put down on the table? The diamond. You're not going to believe this, but 2 cards is all that I've got left. The hearts and the clubs. It was the diamond that I put down. Now, I'm going to put down, I'm going to put down 1 more 7. That leaves me with 1 card. What is the card that I've just put down there? The hearts. If that's the case, this card here, my last card, would be the 7 of clubs. And it really is. You see, I can predict the names of the cards that you would call out. And I know the skeptic's going to say, well, what was the next one? Well, that was the heart. And the second one that I put down was a diamond. And remember the first one you said was a spade. It really is a spade. And there really isn't any other 7s in the pack, just the 4 cards. We've managed to predict each one that you call out ahead of time. If only I could do that with the lottery numbers. So here's a tutorial for this very simple and direct trick using just a regular deck. The nice thing about this, it can be done impromptu. There's no setup required or special cards. But this is how it works, as if you hadn't already guessed. And I'm sure most of you magicians, even as hobbyists and amateurs like me, have probably done something similar along these lines. It's used a lot by magicians, not only for regular cards but also with ESP cards, predicting ahead of time the order that they call them out, or little coloured cards, different colours in a particular order, or even number cards. So it has been used a lot in magic. This is how I do it, and it's quite straightforward. You ask for any value, because you can use any 4 cards. Now I used the 7s in the performance. Now, what I do before I start, I tend to put 2 duplicate cards on top. You don't have to do this, by the way. Okay, this is just a subtle touch that I like to do. Because when you've removed the cards, whatever they've picked, 4 aces, 4 kings, 4 sevens, once you've got them out, I get a break under the top card. And then I put the cards on top momentarily and then lift them off and put the pack down. Now, why did I put a duplicate on there? Just in case someone around me caught a glimpse of a red jack. As I pull this away, it's still a red jack. You don't need to do that, because in the normal world, if you do this properly, as you lift these off, you're turning the pack down anyway. But this is the basis of the trick. I've got the 4 sevens plus an extra card that the audience don't realise. You handle the cards as 4, so keeping them the faces towards yourself, you pull off the cards. Let me tilt them down so you can actually see what I'm doing. When I get to the extra card, I take that and I put it down on the table. I then spread the cards like this. Now this has got 2 cards here, but I hold them with my thumb gripping these. From their point of view, they can see I've got 3 cards. They see I've apparently laid down a 7. Now this is the great thing. When you ask them to name what 7 you've just put down there, now they might say diamonds. Well, if they say diamonds, I'm actually holding the diamond here. So if, however, they said the club, as I did in the performance, this is great. And this happens because it's only a 1 in 4 chance of them calling the right one that's missing. The great thing is, really emphasize this. Just turn your hand over and smile and say, that's incredible. You haven't done anything. No manipulation. They can see that you've got 2 red 7s and the 7 of spades. That must be, without doubt, the 7 of clubs. Now, what you can do is, if they called another card, let me go through this. What if they had said it was the 7 of spades? Now, I've got that at the back. All I do is this. I close them up, and then with my thumb I pull these off, 1, 2 and 3. Do you notice the 7 of spades has now disappeared? It's behind this 7 of diamonds. Okay, like that. Okay, now let me do that again. So remember, this is the situation I was in to start with. What if they said the 7 of hearts is what I put down there? Then all I do is I close these up, and then I'm going to use my fingers to pull off the back card and the face card. I've now got 2 cards as one here. And they see that the 7 of hearts is missing, so it must be on the table. Let's do this one more time. What did I have? That and that. Okay, so what if they said the 7 of diamonds? Well, then all I do on here is I just take my cards and I put that to the back and I say, this is amazing. And I do the same move as I did before, just by putting that to the back. Now, the way that I'm showing you this, I'm sure you will come up with your own way of displaying this. Remember, as soon as they call the card out, you want to display them so that that one isn't shown. And I leave it up to you, whichever method you feel fit. But let's say that that's what I've done. They've said that's the diamonds. So I've hidden that and I say, look, it was the diamond. I then close these up. Remember, these cards are facing yourself. I'm just tilting them so this camera at the top can see what I'm doing. I then go through the cards until I get the 7 on the face, and I'm now going to put the card they just called out, the 7 of diamonds, I'm going to put that down there. So we've now got 2 cards. Keep them square. I've got to handle these 3 cards as 2, and all I do is I pull off the top one and put it behind, so I've got 2 cards here. I've now got the club and the heart on here. Now they call out whichever card they want. If they said the spade, then you can just turn your hand over and say, that's amazing, that is what I've just put down there. But what if they said the club? Then I would just put that to the back, and then I could then just slide out the back card and say the 2 cards are these 2. It must have been the club that I put down. You're getting the idea now. You're always going to hide the card that they just chose. I square these up. Now the final part is that I've got to get rid of the club because that's what they just called. Now I'm going to place the face card down. The club, that's the one they've just chosen. I put that down square. Now I've got 2 cards here. You've got to make sure that you show this as 1 card. But remember the order that these 2 final cards are in. I've got a heart at the back and a 7 of spades here. Now, the best situation here is if they say you've just put the spade down, you're done, because there's a spade. You put these down on here and you say, well, if that's a spade, then I'm left with the heart. And you put both these cards down, pick them up and put them on the pack as you turn over the top card, which would be the heart. That must be the spades, and they're in the order. And you also ditch in that extra card. But what happens if they say the card you've just put down there is in fact the heart? And you'll say, well, that is amazing because it is the heart, because I'm left with the spade. And what I do is I pick these up, put them on the pack, and I then take off the cards like that. Heart, club, diamond. It's that blatant. Yeah. So let me go through this performance again so I can show you how it works. I know you can rewind the video, but I'm having fun. So let me just pick out a club, a heart, a diamond and a spade. Now let's mix these up. This is a good way of practicing, by the way. Mix these up so you've got no idea what order they're in. Okay, so here's my cards that I've just taken off the pack, and I show them that I've got the 4 sevens. You hold them up. I'm now going to just say I'm going to place 1 card on the table. That leaves me with 3 cards. Let's see what they think that is. A club. Now in my hand I've actually got the club, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, do you know what, that is amazing. You see, I've actually got the spade, the heart and the diamond. That was indeed the club that I put down. Okay, let me put another card down. So I'm actually putting the club down now. Put the club down. That leaves me with just 2 cards. What card did I just put down there? Now they're saying the spade. Yeah, look at this. Amazing. it really was the spade. I left myself with the 2 red cards. I square this up. I'm going to go through and I'm going to take the spade and put that down. I'm holding these 2 cards as one, and I'm saying I've left myself with 1 card. What card did I put down there? Now they say the hearts. Remember, I've got that there. That's incredible, because if that's the case, my last card would be the diamond, and it really is. And there's the heart, if you distrust me. There's the spade, and there's the club. The order of the cards. You can examine the pack. There's no other 7s, and that's it. And that's a good way of practicing this. Get yourself 4 suit cards and shuffle them up and see if you can get it every time. It works really well. You can do it with number cards. You can do it with ESP cards. But I think it's a great little effect. Anyway, till next time, enjoy.